Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to the episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 19. Continuing our start from scratch new Woodshire farm. Got some horses, got some cows, all sorts of good stuff. One thing I'm going to do on this episode is I'm actually going to show you guys another way to do the total mix rations with a little bit of an add-on, a little mod. I have a lot of mods, I realize. I probably have too many mods, and actually I don't use most of them. I just haven't bothered to uninstall them, so they're there. And sometimes I have a mod not even for the fact that I don't have something base game that I can use to do it with. It's just because it's free. Most of the mods are free, and I like the way it looks, and that's literally the only reason I even have it. Like this cow farm up here. Could I use the base level cow farm and do the exact same thing I'm doing? Sure, but I like the way the red barn looks, so that's the only reason I have it. But this mod is something that you cannot get in base game. You have to have the mod to be able to do this type of thing. So we're going to grab this total mixed ration silo over here, if I have enough money, actually. Let's see, I may have to take a more loan, which I'm actually okay with. You're like, why are you taking out so much loan? Because we're going to pay it all back, don't worry. We'll get there. I'll get a little bit more extra, but I do want to go ahead and grab this silo right here. I'll grab the bigger of the two, because I think it holds a little bit more. Wish it told us how much it held, but that's alright. Oh, I'm sorry, wait a minute, is it this one? Oh, it's this one's the one I want. I almost grabbed the wrong one. I have tried this one out, and it's okay. But this is the one I want, if I remember correctly. Do these hold the same? Nope, this one holds 250. Okay, so this one's good. Yep, so this is the one I want, and where do I want to stick it? I could stick it over here next to this other stuff. It does have two sides to it, though, so I have to drop off in one side and pick up with the other side. So I kind of want it, you know what, I'm going to put it over here, maybe, because it's going to be out of the way of the... I think it'll be out of the way of the horses. Actually, probably what I'll do is I'll just drop it. With the slope, though, that's going to be a little challenging. Maybe I should put it over here on the other side of the cows. I'm having trouble finding a spot that I want to stick this. I mean, I kind of like putting it right here, but... And there is technically just enough room. Put it in the ground a little bit, though. I want that ramp to be pretty low. Alright, we'll put it here. I could always move it later if I decide. I mean, yeah, it should cost me money, but this will work. Alright, go with that. It's at least going to get the functional part of it done. And so now what we do is we grab our semi. Oh, I was like, where's my semi? I'd already cycled through it and I just didn't see it. So what we're going to do is, we do need... I probably need to smooth some of this out, but that's okay. We'll do that later. I need to first grab some silage. And so, as I mentioned last episode, if you watched it, the ratios for, good total mixed ration is, basically 2 parts hay, 1 part silage, and 1 part straw. You can go a little bit higher on the straw and a little bit lower on the silage if you want to. In fact, early in the game, I definitely recommend it because you're trying to save as much money as possible. But once you really start, rolling with your cow stuff, it does not make as much difference to go a little bit heavy on the silage. We got plenty of silage coming in. We're going to be fine. So we're going to do 1 part silage, 1 part, 2 parts hay, and 1 part straw. Start with this since it's right here. Now, if you ever are filling up one of your trailers and you get the ratio wrong, and it just doesn't become total mixed ration, it's like, I forget what the other thing it can be is. Whatever, it's some other mixture. It's got a name, but I can't remember it. What happens is if you go back over the, if you're using one of those old trailers or things like that that mixes it for you, if you go back over to the, to the drop-off of your silo, then you can unload the components individually back into the silo. It doesn't unload whatever you mixed them into, unless it is actually total mixed ration. If it's total mixed ration, it will unload it as total mixed ration. But if it is, if it got off on the ratio and it comes out as like, I forget what it's called. I might have to go do it on purpose just to see what it's called. But there's a name for it, where, if the ratio is wrong, And if you unload at that point, then it'll break back apart into the individual components. That way you can fix your ratio and get it right. You don't lose, you're not wasting anything at that point. Other than time, I suppose. Just occurred to me that with those milk cans right there, that might have been the milk pickup spot. In fact, it does look like it is. I wonder if that actually messes that up, or if I can still pick up from there. If it does, like I said, we can always move this later. Mostly I just wanted to get it down to show you guys during this episode what it takes to get all this stuff done. Alright, so we definitely want, I forgot we had silage in there. We definitely want some hay. Oh yeah, of course I just have silage in there. I just put silage in there with the last episode with the tractor. So we're going to do 2 things of hay. And we'll do our 1 thing of straw in a minute. And as you can see, I mean, I'm obviously doing very, very big bulk proportions at this point. So that's the biggest reason I even bother with this. If I want to do a lot of cows, I want the big proportions. We're actually going to be low on hay, but thankfully this field back here is almost ready to harvest. And look at us, a bunch more grass that we can turn into hay. Now, if you do decide to use this add-on, or anything like it, any of the various Totem Extraction silo type add-ons, 1 word of warning: if you save your game and log out, and then log back in, and load your game back up, any Totem Extractions that were in the silo completely disappear. So if you use it, it's great for mixing it and then going ahead and feeding your cows with it. But if there's stuff left over after you've done feeding your cows and you're using that, just empty it out and put it into one of the other normal silos, because those don't have the same problem. It's a little bit of a weird bug. I'm not sure what the cause of that would be, but easy enough to to work around. And I still think the bulk nature of it makes it well worth whatever little hassle there is to always empty it out when I log out. I know most of the add-ons I have are available on like PS4 and stuff like that, Xbox if you're using the consoles. Some of them might not be. Like the Global Company I think is on there, because anything that's on the, my understanding is anything that's on the Farming Simulator like mod hub within game, console people can also get access to. I think I've only got like 1 or 2 that might not be. It's possible this silo right here is one of those. I don't think there's much else though. I think most of the stuff I have is available on there somewhere. Oh yeah, anyway, I went to the wrong spot. That is my 4 loads total. So now we got to go and It's already mixed now. It's been mixed inside the silo. Well, effectively. But I gotta come out over here and get out of the thing. And where is the... Wait. There's normally a question mark here. Where's my question mark? Something got buggy there. That's odd. Did I grab the wrong silo? Did I make it up? Oh, did I grab this one? When I closed out and came back in? I think I grabbed that one. I actually don't remember what I just did. That's hilarious. They look the same, obviously. As you can tell where they got the model from. I think when I went back out to go borrow my money and I came back in, I grabbed the wrong silo. That's a little funny. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's funny. It's just silly. Go to my garage. Now it's the silo for total mixed ration. So I did hit the right one. There's normally a little icon over here that allows you to... I'm confused why this is not working. Oh no, it's trying to get from the silo to my left. Or to my, whatever, this one over here. Where's my question mark? There's normally a little question mark that you have to get out, walk up to, and say, hey, I'm ready to dump out my stuff now. I need to fix this slope anyway. Oh wow, look at that. That actually messed up quite a bit there. I'm confused about why the question mark is gone. Well, I guess I won't be able to show you guys this. Is the question mark like hidden somewhere inside something else? Like because of the way I positioned this? I mean, it's got to be something silly like that, right? It's not in the ground, even though I did lower this a little bit. I don't think it's in the ground. Yeah, because I normally... Well, whatever the case is, I will show you what this thing looks like. Actually, that's probably a perfect segue into... I'm about to lose all this crop, though, if I exit out of the game. Can I actually fill from here? I wonder if it's because I put it too close to this other silo. Because this is not coming from this silo, right? Yeah, this is coming from the big one to my left. What? I think I put it too close to this other silo. I think it's mixing the stuff, combining the stuff somehow. That's very strange. Well, if I lose all this stuff, it's not the end of the world. I will just... It is what it is. We'll be alright still. But that's a little weird. That... And I'll figure this out. Like I said, I'm about to... Here's what I do. I'll unload this real quick. And then I'm going to log over to my other game. And I'll show you what this thing technically actually looks like. As well as the rest of my other farm on the... Because I promised you last episode I would show you guys what my big daddy farm looks like. So we'll get this emptied out. Oh well, if we lose crop, or we lose stuff, we'll be alright. By the way, are cows productive yet? They are, 99% productive. So there you go. I don't know why they're not at 100%. I think, yeah, I don't know. They're effectively 100% productive. We're going to get an animal almost every day. So as we get more and more cows in here, that goes down pretty quickly. But yeah, we're already starting to produce. So I'm going to put a quick pause in here. We'll be right back, and I will show you guys the other map. All right, here we are on my multiplayer map. I played with a buddy of mine. I think I've showed you one version of this that we played right before I started this series, and the reason why I started the new Woodshire map in the first place. But we completely restarted after that first time I showed you, and this is our new one. Much more efficient, got things done a lot quicker, although it's still, I mean, there's a combined total of probably at least 400 hours between us to get this map the way it is and kind of get where we're at. So, first thing I will show you is let's show you the map. Some of the stuff's taking a little while to load, but it's coming. But as you can see, if we look at lands, we own all of this land. All of this stuff is ours, completely owned, ready to go. We were gonna think about eventually having everything west of the river here, but we just kind of, like I said, got to a point where we felt like we've basically accomplished everything. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go to we're gonna go to landscape mode because I can zip around and show you guys what things look like. So here's the main house spot, and this is actually where our house is on the other game. We haven't really done much with this. We actually used to have a lot more stuff here, but we've since kind of started moving some of our stuff elsewhere, and so therefore we don't use this as much anymore. We have this big building here that we've got some stuff inside, but that's about it. Over here you can see we were testing out, I was testing out a couple of hay dryers that I don't really like these as much, so as soon as they got emptied out I was going to sell them. Here's a cool little pond that we made. This used to be a field. We just cleared out the field and put a little pond down here, kind of decorated it and kind of played around with it. There's a little mod that I have. It allows you to put water down and then you kind of raise and lower the terrain around it to get the contours the way you want. But yeah, here's those fields that you've seen on my other map. You can obviously, this is kind of that first one. And let's see, actually, did I scoot this one over on this map? I did. See, I thought I had it coming out this gate right here. I actually have it coming out over here. Okay, that was my problem. Well, there you go. That's why this one's a little bit narrower than I had remembered it being, and that's why it didn't line up with this tree out here. But anyway, so these actually right now have cotton on them because we've done so much silage that we just don't care about silage anymore. Like, we've done so much, we've got everything paid for, we just don't need silage anymore. So we decided to switch to cotton, just have some fun with it, do something different. So these both actually have cotton on them. Up here, you obviously still see we do have the silage going. We've actually got a couple things of silage still being processed. But then we have a big old huge silo farm over here, or silo kind of complex. So it's got all of our silos, got tons of space for stuff. Pretty cool little deal. We've got this building here that's got a bunch of our equipment inside of it. There's like cotton harvesters and some trailers and all sorts of different stuff. And then up here we get to our cows and stuff. So, oh, you know what? I was using the other one then. So there you go. See this little machine back here beside it? The little red container here. It looks like the trailers that I was mentioning before. That's what I was missing. So I actually did use the wrong silo. I thought it was the one without the machine, but it was actually the one with the machine. I'll fix it. We'll get it fixed. It's not a big deal. But as you can see, here's one of the hay barns and things. Actually, no, this is the hay dryer. This is part of that global company mod that allows you to put grass in here and wood chips, and it dries the hay up for you. And pretty cool. Over here we've got a couple of little barns and houses. These are just cosmetic, really. This is actually a workshop, part of one of those mod packs. This is another little building with other stuff. But here's our cows. And what we did with our cows is we used the two open range things, and so I let some of that stuff load a little bit here. We used a couple of the open range things, and we just kind of fenced them in all together. It wasn't really a good gate, so we just kind of left this open because none of the gate models really looked like they fit the way I wanted it to. So we just kind of left it open and just pretend like maybe there was a gate there. But overall, same basic red barns that you saw on the other map that I have, except these again are open range, and the cows come all the way out to the edge of the fence here and stuff. And we went ahead and just put them all together. So here's all of our Holsteins, and here's all of our Angus. In fact, if you look here, if I come back to here, you can see we have 306 Holsteins at the moment and 311 Angus. And the 306 Holsteins at 1.1 million total mixed rations are only a little more than halfway full. Same thing with the Angus, about the same amount of food, a little bit less food because they actually need more food to survive. Got tons of milk, 265,000 milk. Man, we gotta go sell that. But as you can see, if I were to fill both of these up completely with these 600 cows, that would be 4 million food. That's only with 300 cows in each one. Both of these pastures actually hold 500 cows, so 1,000 cows is going to get a ton of food. But let's go back over here to this. This used to be that grass field that I have. It was obviously sloped up pretty high. We just cleared out the slope and put like a little cliff here with a little pond here and stuff like that. Wish we could put a waterfall. That'd be cool. But that was kind of the direction we decided to go. We actually did multiple iterations of this land, changes, different things, different types of crops, different stuff. And this is kind of the final iteration we went with. The last thing we just recently did was just kind of buy this field, this wooded area to put our kind of house up in the woods and stuff like that. So that's there. And then we go up this direction. There's a little place that we've got a bunch of cotton in there, actually currently ready to get sold. So we got lots of milk, we got lots of cotton, got a lot of stuff that we can go sell. And as you can see, we've got $2 million right now. No loans. Like I'm here. Don't think we have any loan. No loan whatsoever. And as you can see, our total income, has dropped down a little bit. We had, decent income up here, but we started dropping down because we stopped doing silage as much. We just we don't need the silage. Another thing that we've got going on for us is, if we come back on this side, so this right here is a huge, that grass field right here. It's completely full of all that grass. So we just took the map here, and you used to have all these little individual fields. We just combined them into one big giant field here. We've got this big field here, and then these two big fields here. We used to have one big field up here as well, but then we decided to put the cows there. But really, just 4 fields. That's all we're running, because we're doing things in such massive bulk. That's all we've got. But yeah, so this has got some stuff here. Obviously, you can see a lot of grass there, ready to be turned into to hay. And then we've got these big bad boys. We've got windmills. These windmills are very, very cool. We started lining them up and just buying as many windmills as we can. $1.2 million a piece. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 windmills here. And that's what, $8.4 million. So a decent amount of money has gone into windmills. We were trying to get to the point where we just had windmills everywhere, but then we, like I said, kind of got tired of playing because we're like, we've done everything. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is our little horse area over here. This is kind of what I'm trying to do with those horse barns, is put them together like that. So it kind of looks like a closed off area, but with little horse pastures on each side. And then this is a breeding spot. There's 2 horses in there currently breeding. We've got a couple of barns and things like that. But that is that. I mean, a lot of this stuff has gone through multiple iterations. Like maybe we started with 2 fields over here and something else over here, and then we decided to change that up a little bit and do something else. And so there's a lot of iterations that went into this, because this actually looks fairly simple now that you just kind of look at it. But there used to be a whole bunch of stuff here. We used to have cows here in the middle here with horses and stuff. We cleared all that out. We used to have pigs up here. We cleared all that out. Things like that. We just experimented with a lot of different stuff. We did sugarcane right here where these cows are at one point. Sugarcane's fine, but it's definitely a time consumer. So we've obviously gone away from that. So lots of different things. But yeah, that's our farm. And this is kind of, I just kind of wanted to show you this so you can kind of see what you can do, with this game. If, just kind of use your imagination and kind of come up with some really cool stuff. Don't feel limited too much. I mean, there's a few limitations that the game just kind of enforces on you, but for the most part, it's got a lot of cool abilities, cool features. And there's even more we could do with this map if we really wanted to. So, but yeah, there you go. This is kind of a similar direction to what we're going to do with our farm. Not exactly, as you can tell. I've gone away with, done a few things differently. I decided to put cows in different spots, use different cow barns. Probably not going to do the silo complex like this, things like that. So we're going to do a few things a little differently. But a general idea of something like this is kind of the direction we're going. So there we go. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm going to cut this video a little short. I've actually got to go take care of something. But hopefully you enjoyed that little kind of peek at what's coming. Yeah, we'll get back to the cows next time. I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye.